a mythical and controversial angel whose very being and attributes inspire a sense of deep foreboding and awe simultaneously. Who is Archangel Metatron? His mythos has conflicting details about his exact origin, who he is, and the domain in which he governs and represents. According to some religious texts, he is the most powerful archangel within God's hierarchy. In others, he used to be a human who became an archangel through the grace of God. To understand who Archangel Metatron is, we must understand his origin. There are no references to a Metatron in the Torah or the Bible, but he is discussed in the Talmud, Kabbalah, and the apocryphal volumes of Enoch. However, certain early Kabbalistic texts, a Jewish tradition concerned with esoteric knowledge and the nature of God, suggest that Metatron and Enoch are the same person. Metatron is first mentioned in 3 Enoch, where he is clearly identified as Enoch, a pure and devoted follower of God. The ancient texts see him ascending to heaven after his death and being transformed into the mighty angel Metatron. In 2nd Enoch, Enoch is given titles similar to those used by Metatron, such as the Youth, the Prince of the Presence, and the Prince of the World, all of which points to his identity as one and the same. This is further supported by the fact that 1st Enoch introduces 2 characters, the Son of Man and Enoch. At first, these 2 characters seem to be separate entities. Enoch views the Son of Man enthroned in heaven. Later, however, they prove to be one and the same. According to 3rd Enoch, Metatron is called Lesser Yahweh. For an archangel to be called this implies having power and authority, second to none but God himself. The Talmud contains references that hint at his immense power. Elisha ben Abuya, also known by his nickname Acha, is claimed to have entered paradise and met the benevolent Metatron, who was seated in one of these stories, an action that in heaven is permitted only to God himself. Thus, Acha takes Metatron for a god and utters the heretical statement, "There are truly 2 powers in heaven." The Talmud then explains that Metatron sits because he is the heavenly scribe, recording Israel's history. According to the Talmud, Elisha was later convinced that Metatron was not a secondary deity, after the angel was chastised 60 times with strokes with hot rods to show that he was not a god, but an angel. According to legends, he is the one who keeps the mysteries of heaven and God's mediator with men. In Hebrew Gematria, the word Metatron has the same numerical value as Shaddai, the name of God. Hence, he is referred to as having a name like his master, and the Lesser Yahweh. He exercises judgment in God's name and rules the angels in God's stead. All angels are bound to obey Metatron's every command, and any angel who seeks to communicate with God must do so via him. Many argue that the level of power and influence which Metatron has is on par or possibly even superior to Lucifer's former position as the anointed prince of the seraphim. Hey there, hope you're enjoying the video. Please like and make sure to comment on what you think so far about it, as this goes a very long way and helps support my channel. Let's get back to the video now. The transformation of Enoch into the angel Metatron is fantastical in the Talmud. His flesh was turned to flame, his veins to fire, his eyelashes to flashes of lightning, his eyeballs to flaming torches. And God placed him on a throne next to the throne of glory and gifted him the name Metatron after his heavenly transformation. To see him in his true form is to behold a spectacle unmatched by any of the other angels. He supposedly has 100 wings on each of his sides and 16 faces total, 4 on each side. Additionally, his 8,766 eyes mirror the 2,191 hours in a year, 1 pair on each side. Although some Talmudic teachings may be consistent with Christian beliefs, the New Testament had already been fully written and mostly collated by the time Mishnah was written down and designated canon prior to the creation of the Babylonian Talmud. To put it simply, the Mishnah is a written version of the oral Talmud. However, the Bible makes no mention of Metatron or suggests that Enoch was transformed into an angel. So if Metatron is not mentioned in the Bible, how could he exist? According to traditional Christian teachings, Metatron cannot be the human Enoch because humans and angels are not the same, and humans do not attain angelic status. If, however, Metatron was not originally human in the first place, this creates a set of problems. The first is Metatron's role as a mediator for Israel with God. The Bible specifically states that only one person can fill that role, and the person mentioned is Jesus. The second issue is that the Bible makes it clear that Jesus is seated at God's right hand. Therefore, the idea of Metatron sitting on a throne next to God is problematic. Metatron, in the eyes of Christians, seems to be usurping the place Jesus is supposed to occupy, and so must be a fictional character. While he isn't present in Christianity, Metatron, or Metatron, as he is called in Islam, can be seen in Islamic tradition. According to Surah 9:30-31 of the Quran, Uzair, the prophet, is worshipped by Jews as if he were the son of God. Uzair is another name for Ezra, whom some regard as Metatron in the mystical tradition of the Merkabah. In other words, during the 10 days leading up to Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year, the Hebrew heretics worship Metatron as a lesser deity, as pointed out by Islam. They worshipped him on this day because they believed that Metatron assisted God in creating the universe. Despite pointing out this heretical, according to Islam, Jewish reverence for Metatron, the angel is nevertheless held in very high regard by Muslims. Al-Suyuti, a renowned Egyptian historian from the Middle Ages, refers to Metatron as an angel of the veil, since he is the only being beside God who can see beyond the grave. Sufi Ahmed al-Buni, another well-known Muslim author from the Middle Ages, depicted Metatron as an angel with a crown and a lance, which is often taken to represent Moses' staff. He is also credited with protecting believers from devils, sorcerers, and evil jinn in Islam. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Also leave your thoughts and comments below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.